of information from the guideline. So please try to understand fully what is spelled out in the guideline. Okay, the most important criteria is what? Is that you must have a proof concept research. Might come from FRGS, might come from any grant that are competitive, grant fundamental grant that are competitive to the FRGS. This is very important. If you don't have this, forget about PRGS. You must have FRGS or any equivalent or competitive research grant that has a proof of concept that FRGS do apply, and must be 100% completed and must be endorsed by RMC. So in UIA RMC must endorse this research 100% complete. This is the first and the most important criteria. If you don't have this, you cannot apply PRGS. All right. And then those who are already got the grant and got the grant and must also complete 100% the previous grant, the PRGS. This is the criteria number 2. Those who got the PRGS grant. And then also must be endorsed by RMC. And then already presented at KPT level. This is the criteria. And then you have to what we call update in the migrant. So when your proposal, for example, reach KPT, MOHI, and then the evaluators check your migrant and then say that the research is incomplete. So evaluators always refer to the updated profile of researchers. Okay, must be updated in your profile in migrant. Okay, this is important because I myself, if I evaluate the proposal, I will see your profile juga. This is important. I will see your profile whether the project is already completed or not. So endorsed by RMC and updated in your profile in migrant. And then for the leader of the project or the proposal must have 2 years in service. 2 years to be to have pension. Like myself, this year is my end of my career as a lecturer. So I can apply PRGS. So those who I apply, the pension is 2023. Okay, this is important. So this criteria, you meet this criteria, so we can proceed, and then you can have your strategy. What is your strategy? You are request and encourage to have industrial collaboration. This all my cakap, bukan company cokal-cokal you can get from the Pijalan and so on. Must have the credibility, and then the company must also has nature that can entertain your proposal. Okay, because when you do research and PRGS, you don't do on your own taste. You must do on the input from the industry. What is their says on your product? What is the market needs of your product? This is important. Otherwise, you will see later after this. I will share with you. If you don't put the industrial element, the market elements in your research, it's difficult for you to commercialize your product. And you have to realign again and again to meet the needs of the market. if you do research with the need of the market, understand fully the needs of the market, the needs of the customer, for example, the need of your stakeholders, and this product easily can be commercialized, and you have a better way to reach your market without very much complaint from the customer. It's important. And then secondly, these findings of PRGS must be patented. No. Must have the proof of patent search. We come to later the patent issue. Patent search. You must show your effort, your activities as guided by the guideline. You must have the patent search. Is in PRGS is a must. FRGS is encouraged very much. Okay, important. PRGS is different from FRGS. Okay, must have, and then the proof must be attached to your proposal. Okay, we have the tools for the patent search. Alhamdulillah, kita the KPT or MOHI give the tools to help us researchers to do the patent search. Put the right keyword. Put the right keyword. Few keywords needed in patent search. Put the right keywords according to your product or your research activities, and what is the result. And please attach your finding on the patent search, and then evaluators very keen to see what is the status of the product outside. And then you have only one project to be proposed at one time. Only one proposal at one time. Don't put 1 or 3 or 4, two, 3 or 4. You have only one proposal. And then you have if you have any issues on the research on the human beings or on the animals, whatever, you must have the ethics approval. This is important for those from clinical or health issues and so on. This is important. I think your RMC already already faced all this and then has experience how to handle the issue. And please refer to your experienced researchers in the area, how that they can guide you to get the approval. Okay, you cannot simply propose the area of research. MOHI already lay out the national priority areas, what we call NPA. What is the NPA? Food security. And how to get better paddy. How to prevent paddy from what we call it, we are facing in Kedah, benar perang, for example. Energy security. You might come up with new energy management. You might come up with new energy generation process. That's it. Plantation crops. New technology in plantation. Cyber security nowadays is very critically important. In fact, MOHI, we have one expert in cyber security in Dept. And water security. New wastewater treatment, new treatment of wastewater and so on, new treatment of the potable water. Biodiversity, we know already we are 7 wonders in the world. Malaysian is one of the 7 wonders in the world, biodiversity. Well, how do we make use of biodiversity? Like herbal and so on, herbal. Now people talking about herbs to cure and to prevent COVID-19. How that herbs can play a role in our country. Biodiversity. Healthcare and medicine, I think is very, very clearly sound. Environment and climate change, this is also one of the important issues. We have we have units in the government to handle all this kind of issue. Transportation and mobility. Even though we have PKP, whatever, and we have to see mass transport on the road, the research on the transportation and mobility is in NPA. Okay, this is what we have said just now. This is the domain. The domain. This is the cluster. We call it, this is the cluster. Now cluster guided by the MOHI as mentioned in the guideline, food safety and security. You must follow the cluster of research. Basic infrastructure, climate change, environment, health, education and knowledge, civil society, national security, social and economic well-being, and then frontier technologies and advanced manufacturing. And this is always referred to the engineering and technology that I myself in this cluster. So the domain, cluster and domain, two different things. And then we have pure and applied sciences, technology and engineering, where I in this category number 2. Clinical and health science, social science, arts and applied arts, natural and cultural heritage, information and communication technology. So far that we in MOHI as a panels, this technology and engineering, the most popular domain in MOHI. We are the leader in this proposal acceptance. We are the highest in numbers. And then tempoh pendidikan, research duration is 1 to 2 years. The limit of grant is 500,000 ringgit Malaysia, $500,000. $500,000. So you want to have $500,000, must be justify whatever you claim to have $500,000. Don't simply put your budget exorbitantly spelled out in your budget. So must show what proof. Then we will discuss later on this. What is the output? Hasil penyelidikan. Muhammad prototype. This you have to understand what is TRL after this. And then intellectual property. One, intellectual property. When you propose in the proposal, it's better for you to put the tentative, the intellectual property that you are going to patent. Based on your research proposal, based on the patent search, based on your experience and so on, related to the proposal, you have in mind already what is your intellectual property to be patented, the potential one. And then the ketua project, the leader must file one IP after 1 year. After 1 year, leader must patent one IP. And then encourage IP in overseas, even though it's quite expensive. Like myself, biodiesel, I have to patent all over the world because to protect, because it's quite simple. Everybody can the country can copy my technology, so that you might patent in Europe, might be patent in America, or you might be patent to our neighbor countries. If they are the same like us in terms of the nature of the product. And then the IP responsibility.
Prof Ku, Assalamualaikum. Can you explain in detail how we can actually showcase how we could prove that we wanted to file the IP within one year? Inside the proposal, how could we say it clearly?
Okay, because to understand this is quite easy, because you have in mind the roadmap of your products. All right, and then I think in your mind, I think what is the product to be, also you have the tentative. Okay, and then after 1 year, after 1 year, subject to 1 to 2 years of research duration. But after you must that's why we give 2 years. Maybe because your proof of concept is already clear. You already understand what is the issue. You have in mind what product to be developed. So it's easy for you to understand what is the product that you are going to produce as a showcase. So because that's why the KPT encourage strongly after 1 year, and then they put the word wajib, must, because to put that researchers is seriously conduct their research. It's because we are very serious, because government actually invest the money on us. The government of Malaysia invest money on us to produce something that technology, innovative idea, innovative products in Malaysian mall. Okay, I think as a researcher, I think it's not that easy to it's easy to understand this, because within 1 year, I think the product is already there, and it's already there. And then up to 2nd year, and then I think after second in the duration of this year 2, I think you have the product already. That's why we give you 2 years. I think it's not an issue. I think the experienced researchers, I think like UiTM, you have many experienced researchers. You might ask your RMC, or also these experienced researchers. I think here Ahmad Fadil is here. Professor Fadil. Your name appear in front of my name, in the screen. You ask Professor Fadil, for example. Within 1 year, what patent could I patent? What IP that I could patent for the to fulfill the requirement of MOHI? I think after you go through the process, I think you will understand. And then
Prof.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Okay, we have a question. Someone is our researcher is very concerned, because it says that just now after 1 year we have to patent, but right now the COVID situation, we can't even enter the lab. So how is it now, Prof?
Okay, there's sure. There's a COVID and so on. Okay, I understand, fully understand. I think MOHI also whatever you other obstacle and so on, MOHI will entertain. Don't worry. Otherwise, with the proof that you have this obstacle and so on, approved and endorsed by RMC, MOHI will listen to all researchers. We will entertain all whatever justified reason. Don't worry about the issues only, because kita ada experience on handling another grant. Researchers asked to extend, but I don't tell you to extend your research, yeah. And it's issues of COVID, they cannot go to lab. So we will discuss on the matter seriously, genuinely, okay or not. So because of these issues, researcher cannot go to lab, cannot go to discuss with industry, PKPB and so on. We will discuss the issue. Don't worry. And MOHI, dia always encourage, dia tak kejam, dia is okay. Don't worry. And if the issue is genuine, you will get whatever you deserve.
Okay.
Don't worry. Okay.
Another question from the audience. Okay, they are very excited. One thing that they are a bit concerned about, just now you mentioned that you encourage, like now it's become compulsory. Last time it's encouraged, but now it's become compulsory to have collaboration with the industry. So is it necessarily to have collaboration?
Whatever spelled out in the guideline, it is the guideline say must is must. Because why because kita ada pindaan 21 whatever daripada scratch, and then because we learn from the previous finding and so on. Researchers from the beginning, they have collaboration with industry, and then they work together in harmony, yeah. And then in harmony, and then kita tengok the input, the output is glaringly good. Kita nak tengok produk yang ada input from industry. We don't have collaboration with industry. How do you develop product to meet the market needs? The industry not tell from their point of view only. They will tell the customer needs. So the product will fine tune to fulfill the needs of industry and the customer. And then we go to the another grant, for example, PRGS 2.0. You go to MyLab grant, you already fine tune your product to the market needs. So easy for you to convince whatever people in the panels that this is the needs of the market. What we talk about the commercialization. So please come forward. UIA ada penerima my grant, PRGS 2.0 and so on. Because of you have from the beginning. You not do the research, the whatever based on your own taste. Itu yang orang cakap kat kita tu. Saya pun tak suka agak orang cakap kan. Lecturer researcher short sendiri kan, short sendiri. Dia tak mau, kita tak mau dengar tu. Kita nak, bukan saya cakap yang orang lain cakap. Saya pun tak sedap dengar perkataan macam tu. Wahai we are going to develop something that to benefit others, to benefit people. And they come up with the kind of words to us. Kita tak suka dengar lah. Tapi that's why kementerian they always get inputs everybody from many parts of the stakeholders. And then that's why the PRGS ni, I think government will give a very serious. And then that's why they from how much dia tahu dia punya limit sekarang $500,000. And then PRGS 2.0 they give millions to develop products. MyLab 2 million ceiling. We are very serious in commercialization. We are very serious. That's why kita tengok the grant is up to $500,000 grant. FRGS pun tak dapat. PRGS. You see PRGS. Okay. I think nanti kita ada, kalau ada masa kita bincang lagi. Awal lagi tu 3:35.
Okay. Prof, there's another question about IP. So someone, our Dr. Salahuddin just asked about, is filing IP must be patent, Prof? Do we have to patent it?
We have towards patenting. We have to work toward patenting because of course we have to engage lawyers, patent lawyers. We have to work patent search, and then we come up with the result, similarity, and so on. Patentable or not patentable. It's not that easy to patent. We understand, very much understand of the patenting process, but the effort towards patenting, you must show that you are already in the process of patenting. Kita tak boleh juga, I want to patent and today tomorrow I got the patent product. No.
Okay.
So, we understand fully the process of patenting.
Okay. Can it be UI, industrial design, or others?
There are category that in the guidelines what do and don'ts in the patenting. So please read fully the patent issues.
Alright.
Ada yang kita nampak, ada yang nampak ringan sangat tu. Saya tengok Muhi tak lagi. Kita kena faham yang itu jugalah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. After you develop the thing, everything, and then you have the commercialization product, commercialized products. So what we have to do? Okay, you have to share your commercialization benefits with the government, with the university, and then also whatever spelled out in the agreement. If you have, kalau you ada kongsi, that's why better kalau you work with industry, you have what? You have the earlier to have the agreement. The best is you have MOA is the best. Kalau tak ada, you have something that really tie you, industry and university. Bila kamu dah, when we call researchers to present your proposal, for example, RMC level you pass with strong recommendation, and you submit to KPT, you also pass, and then we call to present, and then you see, oh, this product have we call values, then the company need very much, they invest something to you and shows they have MOA and so on with the institution. Also we feel that the industry understand the product has the potential. That's why this kind of elements we also evaluate in the presentation. Okay. serah hasil penyelidikan, deliverables. Okay, of course, after you upon completion of your products, and you have to submit your finding, and then those what we call the really benefit to the sorry, ada orang tanya soalan. Really benefit, then you can potential. You have potential to get the grant. Don't worry. But of course, the procedure is there. The procedure must be followed. I think this is already. And then pribadi, keuangan. Okay, this is the important issues. This is one of the criteria that research evaluators will see seriously. What is your budget? And then nowadays, for the issues of PRGS, we do emphasize on the publication and so on, but we have research assistant, research officer, and then we have 48,000 allocated for the RO and RA. Vote 21,000. You can 15% only from the total. All these must be spelled out, detailed, and justify why you need to travel. How many times you need to travel? For example, you have your samples collection, for example. How many times do you collect? Why you need to collect the sample at a far away? Because sometimes sample tu ada kat sebelah mata. So all these issues you can settle, and then the researcher need to be what we call no hidden agenda. Pengangkutan and then domestic, pengangkutan udara hendaklah di yang termurah. You go for the cheapest. Sekarang orang tak pergi motor bak kita, go by on the road, for example, the cheapest. This is what KPT needs from us. 24,000 sewaan rental. Kita rental dibenarkan untuk apa? You are entitled to rent a building, a room, whatever, equipment, transportation. You can rent, you can hire computer untuk do your job better, and then whatever barang-barang lain ni, apa ni, another equipment, whatever necessity to have the product, to have the prototype development. But the important things, justification and the quotation of the price must be shown in your proposal. Okay, vote 24,000 is hanya pekerjaan yang dikaitkan dengan penyidikan dalaman projek prototype sahaja dibenarkan. Okay? Bekalan bahan penyidikan. Okay, this also must you must justify, and the amount required also must justify. The amount required. For example, you have you need only half kilo. Don't ask for more than that. A justification is needed if you ask more than that. So that's why sometimes evaluators see that kalau yang over budget, this is one of the issue that researchers, evaluators don't feel happy with your proposal. And then vote 28,000 is for the baik pulih and ubah suai. This is modification and in the modification needed for the existing equipment. Must be so. Selepas projek selesai, penjagaan ini tidak ditanggungi oleh grant. So upon completion of the project, the equipment is no longer under responsibility of the grant to maintain. Khidmat ikhtisas. Okay. Percetakan, hospitality, honorarium, professional services, consultant, data processing, and so on. In development related only in prototype development only. Sometimes you have RA. Okay, this is conflict of interest. RA, and then you need consultant, whatever professional, to do the same thing that RA can do. This is one of the issues. Always we have debate among the evaluators. Why you need professional services? RA can do the same job. This kind of issue, but you need to justify why you need this vote 29,000.
Prof.
Yeah.
So we have a question just now. Previously, when you mentioned about justification, the previous vote,
28,000.
Yeah, the justification. Does it mean each rental and each equipment purchase needs separate justification document, or it can be attached in the appendix?
You can attach in the appendix.
All right, Prof.
Together with the proposal, we need to see that in evaluation.
Okay, Prof. Prof. Teddy from IUM asked if the FRGS is 90% complete. Can we apply or need to wait until 100%?
As spelled out clearly in the guideline, 100%. I can see 199% because this MOHI, the rules of MOHI, not the rule of the HALIM here. Must be 100%, yeah? 100%. And endorsed by RMC. 100% and endorsed by RMC.
All right.
Two important things. 100 and RMC endorsement.
All right.
Okay.
Prof, we have another question from Dr. Ida. Can the industry partner also seek allocation of budget for their expenses?
Oh, no. We just sponsor industry. We just sponsor industry.
So it's not allowed?
No allowed.
So okay. So because Dr. Ida has a further question, what is allowed?
Okay, they're allowed. The industry partner. Why we need industry partner? They become our collaborator in commercialization. Try to be the collaborators that in the future they are our commercial our product. Why they were to be partner with us? They must industry. They are dollar and cent oriented. We paham. We fully understood, and they are dollar and cent. Ringgit. This is their main objective. So that's why from the beginning, try to be smart. Get your industry partner as well as to commercialize your product in the future. So they don't mind to invest. I meet a company. They already invest thousands of ringgit for one grant that apply to the MOHI. Already invested because they have a trust. They have the interest. They have the belief that the product can be commercialized in the market. This is a case that I meet. They spend not only, this is not small money, big money. Continuously they spend money, the company, because they have a trust. That kind of company that we need. Kalau boleh lah kan, kalau boleh.
Okay, Prof. Assalamualaikum, Prof. I think we have an internet problem. We're waiting for Prof. Ku to be back again. I think Prof. currently having an internet problem. We are currently waiting for Prof. Ku to be back online again, okay?
He will be back soon. Oh, he's here. Please unmute, Prof. Okay, thank you.
The aging factor. Mana semi screen dah hilang
Yes, Prof. You have to reshare again.
Share. Oh, this is the guideline. Sorry, to share the file. Mana the file? The file ni. Sorry. New share. Macam mana? Okay, sekejap Sorry. Mana dia file? We have what we call commercial break sekejap Share. Why saya salah share kan? Oh yeah, this is the share, the sharing file. Okay, betul. Peruntukan. Okay, this is not the file. This is the file. Wait. This is the guideline. All right. Okay. Can you see the file? The slides?
Yes, perfect, Prof.
Okay. Deliverables. Sorry. Apologize. Okay.
No problem.
All right. Okay, dah nak to the end already. We have another file after this.
No problem, Prof. Thank you.
The common issue on the online process of deliver ni macam itulah. Okay, we are already dah sampai ke tadi. Okay, 5,000 on the harta intellect is allocated by the grant. So you see the pemurahnya, generousnya, how generous MOHI, they give us 5,000 ringgit for to pay for the filing of intellectual property. 5,000 ringgit allocated. So you ask for maximum 5,000 ringgit, no problem. And then vote 35,000. This is the most important one because allocation is not more than 40% of the total grant. For example, you have how much? 400,000, for example. So this 400,000, you can get 160,000 ringgit for this vote. You can buy. Okay. Pembelian those only related to your project. Justification is needed, must be attached, and also the quotation of the price must be attached to in the proposal, not more than 40% of the total grant. Okay. PRGS is a grant of PRGS is not allowed to do such to do the business plan. Business plan is not your responsibility, but you have to know. As a researcher, this is our weakness. I accept myself. We are very weak in business plan, especially from like my background, engineering, science and technology. So we are quite weak in business plan. We have to learn. And then market survey is not allowed. You go to the exhibition and so on, and promotion is not allowed. It's under university you have to go. Conference, seminar, and colloquium is not allowed under this grant. I don't have a dream that you can use the grant for this kind of activities. RMC will monitor closely. Don't do any mistake, RMC, because any mistake done by RMC and the researchers and RMC also will be penalized by MOHI. Penaziran. We have before whatever we distribute. Okay, this is the process. We have to know before we distribute all the proposal to the experienced evaluators. penaziran will be done by the MOHI. So to ensure all the process conducted by RMC is based on whatever guided by the MOHI. In already spell out the syarat-syarat. For example, syarat apa? Syarat yang internal evaluator. If the syarat penilaian dalaman is Professor and Professor Madia, must be Professor and Professor Madia. Satu silap maybe blanketly akan dibuang daripada the whole proposal. Itu very sad lah, kan? Good proposal also affected. So whatever process, I remind myself and my RMC as well, and must follow all whatever spelled out by MOHI. Okay, all these kind of activities is not allowed. Internal evaluators must screen all this, and researchers from the beginning please don't put this kind of activities in your proposal. Nanti evaluator sakit hati pula. Okay. Penyidik juga tidak dibenarkan untuk menggunakan program grant bagi memberi pilihan tidak berkaitan langsung. Okay, all this fully understood. Don't try to buy whatever and something that not related to your product or prototype development. Such as you want to pay for your professional body. You want to buy reference books, whatever. You want to buy computer and communication devices. Telephone, bimbit, computer, handphone, printer, cartridge, and so on. To pay your utility and telecommunication bill, to buy kursi meja for your office is under university. To buy hard disk, pen drive, CD. To rent utility from the same institution, and then something that not related to your product or prototype development, please from the beginning don't put at all. Don't put at all. Okay, this is the process of PRGS. This is the process. I think better you know this. Bahan kita already stage this, dah penghantaran permohonan. Okay, I think what is your closing date? UiTM dah close lah, and okay, this is the process, and then this is the APT level. This is the APT level. This is the responsibility of UiTM. This circle, and this box is JPT. KPM we do. Penilaian and perlakuan. All these what we call penaziran. Make sure all the process done by this box completely follow whatever spelled out by the MOHI. So must after this baru kita akan buat and so on penilaian. Okay, and then tamat. Mula. Migrant IPT, migrant penilaian ni. This is will do by the RMC, internal evaluation, evaluation IPT, UIA, will shortlist whatever good proposal, whatever recommended. Okay, one more thing is highlighted by Datuk Fauzi last 2 days probably. Don't try to change whatever RMC. Don't try to change whatever result or verdict by the evaluators. Don't change. If recommended is recommended. Is highly recommended is highly recommended. Not recommended is not recommended. Then try to change. This is the most very important. Kita nak transparent. Okay. If recommended, there are mark carried 80 above 80 is recommended. 85 and so on up to 100 is highly recommended. This is the marks. Okay. This is what we as an evaluator at KPT also want to see what is the internal evaluators said about the proposal. We want to see. I recommended, they are recommended, what is the comment and so on, followed by researcher or not followed by researchers. Whatever internal internal evaluators mention and about their evaluation and send back to the researchers. They must act accordingly. We will see whether they act or not, whether they change or not. This is important. Don't assume that even though thousands of proposals we receive every cycle, evaluator will not see. We will see what is the internal evaluation said about the proposal. What is the reaction of the researchers? Okay, important. This is important. We want to know, because we always we believe that internal evaluators have done a good job on this issue. Okay, this is the cycle, terima or tak terima, and then the is muktamad. Okay, now we come to the proposal, the form. Okay, title of FRGS. So the title must reflect the prototype of the project. I always, this is my experience. Yeah, I will tell you my experience. I will see what is the title. Is it reflect the PRGS 1.0? It's important. The first impression is the title. So please get a good title for your proposal. Okay, the two should reflect prototype projects. Okay, it's easy for me now in English. No need to translate. Okay, upscaling, whatever. This is there, not suitable. This is fundamental in nature. This is quite applied in nature. PRGS is applied in nature. FRGS fundamental in nature. Okay, this is the not suitable title. Title are quite fundamentals in nature. Yeah, this is, I think researchers tak nak masalah all this. And then choose the right research domain. Please, please. You will become victim if you choose wrong research domain, because research domain will determine who are your evaluators for the KPT levels. RMC might be a problem because we know the nature of your project and some what is the evaluators should evaluate the proposal. This is not RMC issue, but KPT we don't know. So the domain wrong research domain mean you got wrong evaluators and research cluster and national priority area. I think you kalau tak tahu kita kena tanya researchers will help you. Make sure that PRGS proposal has a clear continuity with their previous FRGS or competitive patent grant. This I already spelled out in the beginning. Proposal of PRGS must has clear continuity of their previous FRGS or any competitive grant, fundamental grant, probably internal grant, probably from another institution, from overseas grant, we don't know, but must be competitive FRGS. Okay, this is what we call, we need to see your research on proof of concept. Ini I think internal evaluator will check thoroughly. Applicants should clearly explain the relationship of their previous project with respect to the proposed PRGS. Relationship. How do you relate your FRGS finding to the PRGS that you propose? What product you are going to develop? What is the relationship? How many percent and so on? How that FRGS, for example, it can be based on PRGS that you propose. How? You have to do seriously. Okay, this is applicants should formulate the problem statement clearly. This is one of the issues. After we get the proposal as a evaluator, we want to see the problem statement. Nanti kalau ada masa, I will show you a good problem statement.
Prof,
what is the
are you ready for questions or should we wait till the end?
Kalau boleh jawab, tak boleh jawab macam mana?
Okay, all right. Regarding just now, our researcher asked if the project is not FRGS, but findings already published and applied for IP. Is it possible to apply PRGS?
Kalau you have very strong proof of concept from any research grant that competitive to FRGS, I think it shouldn't be any problem.
Okay, right. And
It's probably encouraged. Tapi internal evaluator akan check lah tu, insyaAllah, no problem. They will have you all research, experienced researchers. Banyak there are many experienced researchers from UIA will help this kind of issues. No problem.
Okay.
Okay, formulate problem statement clearly.
Next question, Prof. Is it okay?
Okay.
Another question. Okay.
No problem.
Sometimes industry already happy with the current, which is not innovative supply chain. How to push the industry to state their interest on the innovative product? Just a short letter is sufficient?
Okay, when you develop prototype, one is to innovate the current prototype, the current products. Product is already there, you have to innovate something with new features, whatever. Secondly, you might develop prototype which you are going to establish new market, like Japanese do. And like Japanese do. They always establish new market. And daripada tak ada jadi ada. Kita nak buat yang ada, improve yang dah ada. Most of that, kita yang current teknologi ni nak buat yang daripada tak ada jadi ada lah. Those days, tempat saya mana kita dengar perkataan WhatsApp? Ada WhatsApp? Tak ada kan? Currently dengan WhatsApp. Kita tak dengar email dulu, masa zaman saya tak ada perkataan email. No, it's very common perkataan email. No, very common perkataan WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube and so on. Those days zaman saya muda-muda tak ada. Don't have this kind of word. And then they introduce something new. This kind of product you can develop from your prototype. Create new market. Improve the market needs, whatever. This is your you know what is your product to be. Okay. This is one. This is we need skill, we need creativity, and then your senior can help you on this issue. Probably you need soalan from lecturer yang bertenaga ni, muda kau ni, Dr. Siti.
Yeah, perhaps yes. That question was from Dr. Tengku Haji Yamin. Sorry, Associate Professor. Yeah,
Energetic researcher tu. They want to know detail.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Another question from Prof. Rafiqul. Can international contract staff become a PRGS project leader?
Then, if you fit the criteria, you have 2 years contract, you have the same field of what you propose, you have the proof of concept from your research grant. If you fulfill the criteria, you are eligible to apply. Shouldn't be any worry. If you fulfill the criteria, no.
So, is it okay if you have remaining of half a year contract?
If you subject to renewal, but we need to know that we have half a year. Probably, yeah. You can assign a Malaysian to be the leader first, and then if you were continued another contract for 2-3 years, RMC can this is based on the RMC as mentioned by Dr. Fauzi, the head of BPKI, and you can reappoint the leader. This is strategy. Research proposal submission is also a strategy. But academic, you must have the academic what we call values for the proposal. Okay.
Okay.
What's wrong with the current system? Yeah, ada lagi soalan?
Okay, ada one last one, Prof.
Okay.
Prof. Koo.
Yeah.
Now, okay. How many candidates will be shortlisted, and how many candidates will be selected to get this PRGS?
We don't have numbers. We have numbers.
No.
We don't have numbers. We always ambil yang the best. We think that the university will propose the best from the university. KPT will take the best from the all IPTA and IPTS.
Do we have quota, Prof? Like quota for each of university, like UiTM? No quota. Okay.
No quota. Kita treat sama saja.
Prof,
we don't have quota.
Yeah, I know this year budget. How much is the MOHI allocate for PRGS?
Saya tak ada. I don't have the figure.
Yes.
I don't have the figure. You have to ask MOHI. I sama dengan kamu macam you all juga tak tahu what is the figures. Tapi highly competitive. And we want the best. We want the best from the researchers. The best we get, inshallah, no problem. We'll get. No, don't worry. Always the budget is there, but we don't know how much. But of course, now all universities are concerned about to give the best of proposal. You see the quality of proposal that sampai Kak Mohi we assume that is the best of from the university. It's not the easy as evaluator, orang marah banyak lah, kena orang banyak. Saya ni banyak orang marah. Okay, what's wrong with the current system, the current product? Why you to jump in the same area to improve? Why we need that kind of technology? Nanti kita tengok lagi. Applicant can put your previous finding to support the problem statement. Okay, your previous finding, your proof of concept is to feed the research gap based on PRGS philosophy. This is the important proof of concept. Okay, make sure all the components are clearly reflect in this session. Okay, the third thing important in what we see, I see almost your executive summary. I read your executive summary first to understand the whole of your scenario or your proposal. It's important. Please tell evaluators, this is my product. Everything summarized in the executive summary. And executive summary ni jangan letak figure pula. Ada pula researcher letak figure tau. Dia tak suka tu because yang buat tu bukan dia, kadang-kadang dia punya researcher so on, dia tak figure, tak table. Executive is your own words. Use your own words, and when your own words, tak adalah reference kan. Kalau boleh tak on your own words. Boleh. Tapi kalau come up with the whole ni problem solution from your PRGS and so on, FRGS tu, everything to suit your proposal, please write nicely. This is important. Evaluator will read first. Yang folders yang lain tu, insyaAllah dia dah boleh. We are human being. Evaluator human being. We happy with your executive summary, and then we continue reading. Oh, this is very good. We need that. Country needs. The whole world needs your prototype. And then try to convince the panel that their deliverable is going to be a workable, tak stable pula, workable product and has the potential for commercialization. So potential for next round. Some researchers brought their collaborators. Dalam tu dia brought the collaborators. Masa presentation pun ada researcher bring their collaborators. And then highlight the significance of the project as compared to the available ones in the market. Okay, of course. Applicants should demonstrate on how their product can initiate well. They can put possible planning once their project is completed. Okay, you can put the highlight the potential income generation. Initiate something that the panel will see that is a great potential on this kind of prototype. So happily, we happily will entertain this kind of proposal. Objective, okay, of course, from your problem statement relate to the objective. The objective should reflect the process, should not include the algorithm or model development as should be, and this should be settled at the FRGS level. The ultimate objective should be to make sure that the workable prototype can be achieved. And then, of course, this will be reflect all the objective if you will show this achievable by good methodology. Ada metodologi yang objektif tak jive. Okay, you will get a word. Sorry, your proposal is not recommended due to the objective and methodology is not jive. Tak selari, tak seia sekata. This is the problem. Expected result, This is what you to spell out in the expected result. Applicant should describe clearly the final deliverable of PRGs. Should describe clearly which component of their project to be patented. As I mentioned earlier, you must be in mind what is the patentable elements of my product going to be developed. Okay, pre-commission fund such as, okay, of course lah, this is my lab, e-sign. Nowadays we have PRGS 2.0. Okay, ada yang kita tengok from PRGS 1.0, ada juga yang achieve beyond our expectation. Ada yang highlight kita dengar from BPKI, tapi not many. Available equipment needs to be mentioned. Okay, what the equipment available in your institution to carry the task of PRGS project. Applicant may also state equipment, if not available in university, where is available. This is, you have to justify when we read this. Okay, the available equipment is available in Shirin, available in somewhere else from your university. So this is, we need to the proposal to tell us you need to travel. You need the process need professional allowance, honorable, whatever. So from your proposal, from the equipment and situation of your availability of the equipment in your institution or your lab. Budget 48,000 is already allocated. Travel, quotation, whatever necessary I have mentioned, and then quotation download from internet without company details is not convincing. Okay, if you download from the internet, whatever, please download that convincing facts to attest with your proposal. Because we always debate, and dulu kita debate lah, dulu PRGS ni kita always kita sit together. We sit together, we will debate the detail of the budget. We also Google ourselves to need the right values, and because not in fingertips saja. To check your technology also, you can fingertips saja from your patent search. If ada proof of patent and so on. Okay, this is the marks. 80 to 84 recommended, 85 and above highly recommended. This is the mark. Kalau you got mark below 79, so it's not recommended. Not recommended. Okay, not recommended. Okay, where we reject the proposal. Where we reject the proposal. Ada commercial break ya? Gangguan sikit. Sorry. Inilah bila work from home. Why we reject the PR proposal? This is what you have to know. Why we reject? Number one, too many objectives. Number dua, tiga is okay. Sampai kadang-kadang sampai 5. Do not sound prototype in nature. Okay, you must have prototype in nature. Ada sound prototype development. Because satu lagi, bila tak sound prototype in nature, the proposal fundamentally sound. Methodology, okay, this is I mentioned earlier. Methodology demonstrate the PRJ process. The methodology does not agree with the objective. You will be reject. Not detailed enough to ensure the project completion. This is the methodology. Others component yang kita nampak yang very clear, not able to demonstrate industrial linkage. Product has no potential for commercialization, no proof of relevant previous FRJ. Okay, this is the POC lah. POC from your previous fundamental grant. No proof of patent search. This is the most what we call glaring issue Why the in order to make sure that your proposal accepted.
Sorry,
Yeah?
Prof.
Please, objective methodology.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Prof. Ku, just now we lost the
Yeah,
connection.
yeah.
Can Prof. Ku repeat again?
Okay. Okay. Ada lagi? Okay tak? Is okay?
Can
Now
you
okay?
repeat again, Prof. Ku? Because
Okay.
just now we lost.
This is the issues that always that your proposal being rejected. Is your objective weak? There are too many objectives. Does not sound the nature development and fundamentally sound. That's one of the issues that we always face. Please correct this is I highlight this today, so shouldn't be any problem in the future, but your objectives must be clear. Methodology and objective is a best partner to see your good proposal and partner is the methodology of the objective. Can you objective can be achieved by your methodology? Then we will see. And then other components, you don't have necessary linkages. We feel that no potential for commercialization, no proof of POC from your previous grant, no POC, and then you don't have patent search. This is the most common issues that why proposal is rejected. Okay. Assessment criteria migrants. Okay. Describe the relationship between FRGS or the issues they already mentioned. Result past research can be included in this section to demonstrate the readiness to carry out the PRGS. Result of past research work. References site is this section should be relevant. Okay, sometimes we as a reviewer, we try to Google the same reference, whether this reference reflect or not reflect. Okay, it's one of the don't try to put irrelevant references. Citation on his previous prediction indicates the relevancy with the proposed PRGS project. Sometimes your profile will help us. Your profile, personal profile. We will check your publication too, whether you are already published in this area or not. Okay, now this is important. So that's why we need to have updated personal profile. That's why migrant minta selalu minta by kita by RMC juga minta by BPKI atau MOE in general. Oral statement describe the current issue related to the project. Be able to demonstrate their problem statement have relationship with the objective that and can be solved by objective. Okay. This is one of the oral statement. In another word is the gap you fit in. Kita to come up with a good oral statement. Technical development. To cover a good problem statement, you might have ada gangguan sikit, ada disturbance. You might to have what we call input from the same kind of the technology outside. Kita kena tahu juga lah what is technology outside related to your projects, and then you can come out and fill in the gap. This is the gap that you can fill in in PRGS. Methodology is robust and will enhance commercial viability. Methodology, clear, it's a framework, and then show clear relationship between problem statement with objective and activities. Ini tak is salah sangat. I think you have experience on this kind of issues. Prototype development shows commercial viability. This is important. Sometimes in the presentation, lecturers or researchers fail to answer clearly. Development of prototype shows commercial viability. That's why the industry input and so on, you yourself can do and try to understand what the needs of site. Describe how proposed project can lead to commercialization. Ini kena faham, ni kena try to understand fully how that your research or finding lead to the commercialization. Potential project takers or collaborators at the industry can be the can be included to convene the panels. So you can bring industry partner if allowed. Kalau they allowed by BBK, okay, no problem. Then you can bring them to convince the panels. Describe the potential application of the proposed project and who will benefit the project. Okay, the beneficiaries. Ini bahasa tu kan. Potential application. Prototype development strategies should characteristic that can be enhanced competitiveness. Applicants should describe how their expected deliverable is competitive as compared the current product in the market. Describe how their proposed project can enhance competitiveness. This can be reflected by product uniqueness. Unique product, uniqueness, newness of the product. What is the newness? The innovative part of the product. Okay, don't worry, we are toward the end of the slides. Prototype development shows originality and innovativeness. This is related to your pattern and so on. Highlight the originality of the proposed project as compared to the availability product in the market. Convince the panel that the innovative elements in their proposed project, they need to spell out clearly. Okay, the masa presentation especially, please prepare this kind of facts to convince the panel. Experience and collaboration and capability of project leader. Ini penting juga lah. No doubt that professors as well professor ada qualification. Well, how do we evaluate this? Past research project as project leader, publication, supervision, and project. Is he or she capable to lead the project? So, make sure your decision as a panel. Ini kalau kita masa ke panel, kamu dapat tak dapat agak? If you are the panels of your proposal, do you give yes or no to the proposal? Appropriateness of research team. Don't simply take members from different field, different department and so on. Team members should be balanced, comprising senior engineers, researchers. This is we always do. Don't all professors, senior professors. We don't want. Expertise of team members should be relevant to the proposed project. Not too many members, 2 to 5 will be appropriate. I think it's okay, no problem. Product development contribute. Applicants should convince the panel that the product can initiate well. Describe how the project developable can enhance quality of life and improve the environmental, safe, cost, etc. This describe what sort of industries can be initiated from the project. Okay, probably from the collaboration of the industry, and you can initiate new entity of industry. Kalau dapat ini, insyaAllah, pattern search and risk assessment. Ada soalan lagi ke ni? In my grants, PR presentation di sini dah habis audience Q&A. Saya ada lagi slide yang nak tunjuk, insyaAllah.
Okay, Prof.
Okay, this is the research, PRGS, semua ni saya dah discuss already. And then saya nak tunjuk slides, apa ni, boleh ke? New slides?
Yes, please, Prof.
Okay, share, ada share from mana?
Prof, we actually have a few questions from the floor.
Okay, can.
Yeah, shall we proceed? Okay.
Yeah.
There's one question. Assalamualaikum, Prof. Any tips to prepare for the interview? What normally the evaluators want to see? What are their expectations?
Okay. Once your proposal dah reach second level for presentation, we always assume that your product is already good. It's a matter of to convince the panel. The panel that kita dah discuss tadi, your nature of your prototype, the way forward of the prototype, di mana after this. Okay, then dia akan discuss. Can I finish this slide first?
Okay, sure, Prof.
Okay, mana dia? Okay. Nampak tak? Can you see the new slides?
Quintuple helix, Prof.
Quintuple helix. This is what we always mentioned by Datuk Fauzi di kementerian. Dulu kita ada collaboration public sector, university, industries. Now kita dah include society. Not only society, the natural environment. If you have this kind of elements, you have a very strong, good proposal. I would say. Got to pull helix. This is already mentioned. And then one more issue, that criteria. And the most important is creativity. Creativity ni is something that we need to develop in our researchers. The ability to find new solution. This is what we call you can spell out in your problem statement. To a problem or new modes of expression. This it brings to existence something new. Banyak sekali gangguan to the individual and the culture. This is creativity. And then what is the problem? The good problem statement is strongly needed for good proposal. This is the tips. For example, okay. This is example saya dapat. Saya suka dengan, saya always give this problem statement. Pizza delivery times at the website location have been arranging 38 minutes. Okay, where is the problem? What is the problem? Why is it is important? Magnitude of the problem. Okay. Kalau kita tengok for example, wheelchair for example. Wheelchair. Kita satisfied with wheelchair or wheelchair not satisfied. So because probably other researchers dah come up with new technology, new understanding, new POC. For example, saya nak tengok ni sejak. Dah si masa. Tengok ni. Siapa yang nak tengok, sorry ya.
Sorry, Prof, we cannot see. Hi, go, Prof.
I can see it.
Kasih.
Is it example problem statement?
Nampak tak? Tak nampak the video?
Ya, tak nampak.
Oh, you cannot see the video Oh, sorry.
Maybe you have to share the video.
Boleh nampak.
I want to share the video. I like the video. I like the video very much. Semalam saya duk cari video ni lah to show in my presentation. Allah. Pause kan ni? Stop pause. Share screen. Okay, now you can see the screen?
Yes.
Can you? Okay. Sepatutnya, okay. Atau to share video. Saya tak pandai pula sini. Stop video. Video setting. Probably the video setting. I don't know. Salah.
No, you have to click slideshow first. Slideshow. And then click on the video link.
Okay. Will do. Mana dia? How do slideshow?
Thank you.
On top.
On top?
Yeah, under the menu.
Under the menu.
Yeah, you see on top file, home, insert, design, translation, and after the slideshow. So select the slideshow, and from there you click the link on the video will come. So on top, slideshow.
On top, okay, on top.
Yeah.
On top.
There's a symbol that says
slideshow.
Top. Slideshow, new share.
Oh, Prof, you can click on the resume slideshow.
Resume slideshow.
Yes.
Oh, tadi slideshow tadi. Bukan I tak boleh dah ni.
Or the easiest way, Prof, you can go to the bottom right.
Bottom right.
Bottom right, then you can see like there's a icon. There's a slide icon, right?
Tarik up.
Okay.
Yep, bottom right. next to your Zoom. Yeah, there's an icon. Macam buku, macam.
This one.
Yeah, yeah. Can you try? No, sebelah dia. Sebelah kanan. Kanan lagi. Kanan towards the Zoom. Yang 70 minus tu. Minus towards minus tu. Yang dia macam ada.
Go to kanan.
Yes. Okay, very good.
And then?
Okay, well done. And then where's the video? Which figure that has the video, Prof?
This is the hyperlink.
The hyperlink? Okay, click on that, Prof. Yeah, click on the, yes, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Nampak tak?
Unfortunately, no. Is it appearing on your screen, Prof?
Yeah, on my screen.
I see. Maybe it's on the share screen. Okay, so you have to go back to the Zoom. Okay, and then at the share screen there, maybe there's an option.
Saya tak tahu, saya tak pandai.
Okay.
Okay. Video, stop video, kamera, tak apalah kalau tak dapat tak tengok.
Okay.
Tapi
It's okay. We wait first, bro. We try. No problem.
We try.
Oh, I saw a video just now. Something moving.
Ada itu.
Purple color tadi.
Next slide.
Oh, next slide. Okay.
Okay, ada lagi kat mana saya boleh. Okay, ni I click the hyperlink ya. Oh, kau macam ni. Wait. Okay, sekejap ya. Saya ambilkan ni. Okay.
Or do you want to share with us the link, Prof?
Dah tak, saya akan on video kat sini and then kita share the window.
Okay,
kan?
right.
Alright. Mana video? Video. Okay, video. Alright. Okay, and then share screen. Mas screen saya. Okay, tak dapat kot. This one.
Okay.
Dapat tak?
Yes. Perfect.
Okay.
It's a wheelchair.
Wheelchair. Okay. This wheelchair in China was developed in China. You can see how they develop the wheelchair.
Prof?
And, yeah.
But it's still the screen, the folder screen. It's not the video.
Folder screen.
Yes.
Did you press the play up there, Prof? Nampak play tu?
Kat saya tadi dah already play.
No, the play.
Mana dia tadi video? Share. Tadi berada new share. Okay, I try sekali lagi.
Oh, I think I know what's the problem, Prof. In the Zoom, when you click share screen, it will pop up like several screen for you to select.
Oh yeah, okay, really.
So maybe you can select the one that share the whole desktop. Is easier because it will be automatic.
I put new share first.
Okay.
And then new desktop.
Yes.
This one. Desktop. Kita share di sini ya.
Okay. Yes. Yes, please. Let's try that.
I want to share this. Tak apalah, tak apa, tak dapat. Sorry lah tak dapat. I want to share this. Share.
Is the video on YouTube, Prof?
That I already in dalam my telephone, ni computer.
Your computer, your PC.
Ya, ya.
But I also don't know how to help you, Prof.
Okay, tak apalah. Tak apa, nanti kita if tadi ada masa kita dia takut tak cukup Okay, kita dah ni slide, nampak tak slide?
Okay, not really, Prof. We are still at your video folder.
Video folder.
Yes.
Tutup dia dulu lah. Okay. Ni slide. Can you see the slide? No.
No, not.
Not yet.
Yeah, we are still freeze at the video folder.
Prof kena exit share screen tu dulu kot.
Dah kata exit, saya buang ni. Stop share. Then I start new share. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay dah.
Sekejap.
Okay.
Now we can see the slide.
Okay lah. Kita go to the slide lah. Nanti tak cukup masa.
Okay, Prof.
Okay. This is what we call the good problem statement. You have where, you have what you have why, you have the magnitude of the problems. For example, not easy to commercialize product. We really understand this. But nowadays, I think with the technology we have, I think we can expedite the commercialization process. For example, this issue. Our stapler, more than 90 years ago, and then it was established only 1983. Just stapler, they innovated technology. Like zip, zip was patented, and then the commercialized 1923. You can see the contribution of zip to our life. And then this is the patented 1893, and then commercialized 1923. All right. And then they got the idea, and then they produce sewing machine, something like this. Kenapa tak? Can you see the slides?
Yes.
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 Okay. Simple technology sewing machine. Saya cukup suka this kind of technology. Simple but very significant. Okay, what is actually PRGS all about? We always refer to this TRL, Technology Readiness Level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then in KPT, we always talk about this TRL based on NASA. Okay, NASA Austro DOD Technology Level Readiness. Okay, this is what is FRGS, TRGS, LRGS all about. Normally, TRL number 1, probably they reach to 4, probably. And then PRGS 1.0 come in to fill the gap between PRGS 2.0 and MyLab. Okay, PRGS probably from TRL3, more probably based the research and prototype development up to TRL5, or sometimes can reach TRL6. And then researchers should have the clear roadmap. What is their next research activities or their next commercialization activities with PRGS 2.0 and MyLab. And then we're from TR5, from the TRL5 to TRL, might come to the TRL8, might come to TRL7. This is subjected to the nature of the product. So you must understand, if panel asks you in the presentation, researchers with the industry collaborators able to answer the way forward of your conversation activities. Ini yang paling penting to convince panels. And you can also spell out in your writing in the PRGS proposal. Okay, PRGS proposal. Okay, saya nak tunjuk. I sangat nak tunjuk ni apa teknologi from China. And ada video yang yang ada some of us might see this. Technology that can make millions of paralyzed people stroke. With this gadget, the paralyzed or stroke people can walk. Saya nak tunjuk, tapi kalau hopefully this video can appear at the screen. Setelah okay ya? Probably, insyaAllah okay?
Okay,
Okay
bro.
tak? Alright. Everybody please menghayati this video.
Prof, kita tak nampak lagi.
Allah.
Are you sharing the tab or screen or macam mana?
Dia kat saya ni, you are sharing this, you are